It's electrifying. Here's surprising facts about electricity you didn't know. Or maybe you did know because you're very smart. What's up, smarty people? It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. This is What Makes You Smarter. Thanks to electricity, we can light up cities, keep our food fresh, stay connected no matter the distance, keep our homes clean, and stay cool or warm with air conditioning, among many, many other things. But even though it's part of our daily lives, there are actually many facts about electricity you probably didn't know. Here's one. Electric eels. There's one creature that really qualifies as electric, and surprisingly, it lives in the water. The famous electric eel has 3 specialized organs filled with cells that can generate huge electric charges. But how electric are they? Well, electric eels can produce up to 800 volts of electricity. That's more than 6 times the voltage of a typical wall socket. Can you imagine the shock and surprise of the first humans who discovered this? Zap! What was the first time people experienced electricity? While it may seem that electricity is something modern, observations related to it are actually much older than you think. Did you know that ancient Greeks first recorded observations of electricity as early as 600 BCE? That's right. Thales of Miletus discovered that amber, when rubbed with fur, attracted small objects. That's what we now know as static electricity. However, at the time, they didn't understand electricity as we do today, nor how it worked or its potential. We have our own personal electricity. You know, when you touch someone and suddenly feel a small electric shock? That's static electricity at work, much like what Thales of Miletus observed with amber and fur. It turns out that the human body generates electricity through the movement of charged particles called ions across the membranes of nerve cells, neurons. Of course, that happens on a much smaller scale and operates very differently from the huge power produced by a power plant. Brain power. As mentioned, the ions naturally found in your body move across nerve cell membranes, creating electrical charges. But did you know that your brain produces about 20 watts of power when it's awake? That's enough power to light up a small light bulb. Those 20 watts are cleverly used by your brain for neural communication and to keep your body's functions running. Electric heartbeat. Both your brain and your heart use electrical energy to communicate and keep the body working. That's right. The electrical power your body produces is essential for heart functioning too. The sinoatrial node in your heart is made up of cells called pacemaker cells and is responsible for generating electrical impulses that regulate your heart's rhythm and pace. Did you think Tesla was the first electric car? Not by a long shot. There were early electric cars. Although many believe electric cars are the future, they've actually been around for quite a long time. In fact, the first electric cars appeared in the 19th century. Believe it or not, an early electric motor was patented in the United States in the 1830s. However, it took several decades before the first practical electric car was produced. Thanks to U.S. inventor William Morrison, the world saw a working electric car as early as the 1890s. A giant light bulb? As the Guinness World Records website states, there's a giant light bulb standing 13 feet tall, and it's right here in America, in the town of Edison, New Jersey. The Thomas Edison Memorial Tower, built in 1937, celebrates the place of Edison's iconic laboratory, where he carried out many of his experiments and discoveries. The tower rises over 100 feet and is crowned with a huge 13-foot 8-inch light bulb replica made of fiberglass. While it's often referred to as the world's largest light bulb, there are actually bigger ones around the world today. You like a fast ride? One thing's for sure, electrical signals move incredibly fast. Just how fast exactly? The speed at which electricity travels depends on several factors, including the medium it's moving through. But in general, the electrical signal moves at nearly the speed of light. That's about 186,000 miles per second. Whoa! How about that natural electricity? Lightning. Lightning is as fascinating as it is terrifying, isn't it? We've all seen it, whether in person or on video. But do you know what causes it? Well, electricity has a lot to do with it. Lightning is produced when a buildup of electrical charges occurs in the atmosphere during a thunderstorm, and this energy is then discharged into the earth in the form of a lightning strike. Kaboom! And finally, how about those electric Icelanders? You might be surprised to learn that Iceland is one of the countries with the highest electricity consumption per person in the entire world. But how is this possible? Well, it turns out that this Nordic country is also the world's largest producer of green energy per capita. Icelanders have access to abundant renewable energy sources such as geothermal and hydropower, which have a lower environmental impact and make electricity consumption much more affordable. How about that? Way to go, Iceland. That's a few surprising facts about electricity. Did you know any of them? Did you know all of them? Of course you did. You're smart. This has been What Makes You Smarter. It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Stick around for more. Peace. I'm out of here.